Whether it's you want to lose 30 pounds this year, you want to gain some muscle, you want to get back into shape, you want to get back into some habits, most people give themselves too many outs. And giving ourselves an arbitrary goal, like I want to lose 30 pounds in 2025, that really doesn't amount to anything. Hey crew, Coach Josh here with GarageGangGyms.com. Today I am going to give you everything that you need to figure out your year of 2025 and exactly how you're gonna lose weight, gain muscle, whatever it is your goal is, just get back into shape, get back into the swing of things, whatever it is. We're gonna talk about how your first initial thought might not be exactly how or what you need to be thinking about in order to get you through this year successfully. We're gonna talk about every step of the way, how you make small changes throughout your week, throughout your year, so that it's really easy to not only lose the weight, but it doesn't upset the fun, it doesn't upset your life so much that you just hate it and by Valentine's Day you quit. And how to carry yourself through the summer, which we all know is when we have our most fun, and through the next holiday season, because we just got through it and we know we all gained weight, how to get through it so that when 2026 starts, you can be down 25, 30 pounds like your actual goal is. So before you guys click off this video, because I've heard this before, you're gonna talk about habits versus goals, that's exactly right. But I'm gonna give you a whole different way of thinking about structuring your 2025 year. So let's talk about, Josh, I wanna lose 30 pounds. So first off, that's a great goal. I want to get back into training, all those things, fantastic. But what most people are gonna do is they're gonna think to themselves, okay, to lose 30 pounds, I need to lose that in X amount of time. I need to lose it by April. That's fine, but April to, December 31st, that's 8 months where you could gain it all back. So that's not and can't be the entire picture, right? So what I'm getting at is not only do we have to set a goal in mind, but we also have to figure out, okay, once I reach that goal, I want to make sure I get to 2026 weighing 30 less pounds. So we already narrowed down that goal just a little bit from this broad, I want to lose 30 pounds to I want to be 30 pounds lighter at 2026. But Josh, that's the same thing. It is, but we're going to dive deeper into what that actually means and how you're going to get there. Because being 30 pounds at the end of 2026 is totally different than I've lost 30 pounds, it's June 1st, now I can stop. That's not really the goal you want. Unless you want for the next 40 years of your life, let's say, to constantly have this goal of I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, and fall into the habit of so many people where you're just chronically dieting. And if you're just chronically dieting your whole life, I mean, we're talking so many health negatives, like your bones are going to be less strong, you're not going to have as much energy as you might want. There's a lot of negatives that come with dieting your entire life. So let's try to fix that problem this year. So again, we took it from I want to lose 30 pounds in 2025 to I want to be 30 pounds lighter. Okay, that's a great overarching goal, but how do we get there? So the best way I've been describing it to my clients is I want you to think of in the next 6 weeks, what's 1, 2, maybe 3 new habits I can create that are easy, and we'll talk more about that in a second, that I can do. Then after the 6 weeks, thinking to myself, okay, after these 6 weeks, rethinking what can I add to my habits? Because let's be honest, in 6 weeks, you're not going to lose 30 pounds most likely. But if in 6 weeks you can lose 10 of those pounds without changing your life too much and getting overstressed, you've now crossed past the threshold of most people, which is that 6-week threshold. Most people after 6 weeks, if they haven't lost the weight, they quit. And that's why if you ask anybody who's ever worked at a gym before, Valentine's Day is that cutoff. So many new people start in January. By Valentine's Day, they've quit. Why? Because they realize it's a lot harder than they think, and because they start off too strong and they burn out. And that's something I want you guys to avoid. So we're already starting to dissect this goal a little bit further. I want to lose 10 pounds by Valentine's Day. Great, that's 10 of your 30. Maybe you have in your mind, I want to lose 30 pounds by June 1st, so halfway through the year, week 26, let's say. That's also a great idea. If by June 1st, I want to lose 30 pounds, and February 14th, I want to lose 10, that means between February and June, I want to lose another 20. So maybe we think by Easter, midway through end of April, whatever, I want to be down 20 pounds. That way I'm set up pretty well to get to 30, right? So now, again, we've taken this, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to be 30 pounds lighter at the end of the year. And now we're kind of dissecting, okay, we're setting up a time frame so that I can lose the 30 pounds in the first half of the year. And if for you it works better to think of, July 4th or September 1st to lose those 30 pounds, that's fine. In fact, the longer you give yourself to lose that weight, the less changes you have to make and the more fun you can have, especially in the summer. And I'm all about that. I never want you to feel like you have to give up too much. And again, we're going to talk about this a little bit more with this reverse pyramid that we're going to be discussing. So again, first 6 weeks, 10 pounds. Great. So by February 14th, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Now let's take it one step further. What are some things that we can actively work on that are going to help us achieve that goal? Because just thinking to yourself, I need to lose 10 pounds by Valentine's Day isn't just going to miraculously make this happen. But habits, just like I was saying earlier, you're just going to talk about habits. Yeah, but we're going to talk more specifically. So here's a great habit. I'm going to go to bed Monday through Friday at insert time here. For me, I'm going to go to bed Monday through Friday at 9:30. Great. I'm going to wake up every day Monday through Friday at 5:30. Fantastic. I just blocked off 8 hours of sleep. And I can hold myself to that because it's an actionable goal. It's an actionable habit. I gave myself the weekends that I can kind of throw myself off. The more consistent you can be with your sleep, the better, especially when we're talking weight loss or even muscle gain. But that's something you can do. Monday through Friday, I'm going to go to bed at this time. I'm going to wake up at that time. Fantastic. That's a huge habit, especially if you are sporadic with when you go to bed. If you set a time that, let's say you typically go to bed at 11, if you set that time at 10, that's an extra hour of sleep. And that alone can help you jumpstart that weight loss. You're going to be less tired. You're going to be craving less things. You're going to have less coffee most likely. And you're going to be able to control what goes in your mouth, which ultimately is going to help you lose that weight. Another habit that you could probably do for these first 6 weeks is I'm going to make all my lunches planned Monday through Friday. So that's 5 lunches. Most people don't have a lunch plan. They typically order in like a DoorDash or they eat whatever's at work, vending machine, whatever, or they just kind of scrap some stuff together in the morning and they just don't care. But you could say, hey, for the next 6 weeks, all I'm going to concern myself with is lunch. Now, if you want to give yourself a little advantage, instead of thinking I'm going to have lunch for 5 days, you could switch it to I'm going to make dinner or have dinner planned Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And I want you to talk in specifics because if you just say, I'm going to make dinner 3 times a week, that's really easy because all of a sudden Thursday rolls around and you're like, I guess I didn't do it 3 times this week. No. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And why those days? It's not Monday, right? Who wants to make dinner on Monday? That's typically the day people are ordering their pizzas or whatever. But let's say you made your lunch because maybe Sunday you have leftovers, so you have your lunch figured out for Monday. Tuesday, you're going to make dinner, which is going to give you your Wednesday lunch. Wednesday, you're going to have dinner. Thursday lunch. Maybe there's a little bit of follow through from Thursday into Friday. You have a little extra leftovers. Friday into Saturday. Now, Saturday, you're already conquering that extra day of lunch into your weekend. And that just gives you, what do I do for Tuesday? So if Monday you order pizza because it's Monday and everybody hates Monday, maybe on Sunday, you think to yourself, I'm going to make a little extra so that I have something Tuesday. Or you fall back into what my wife really does is she'll buy, 10 of something that she can just throw in the freezer so she's always planned. And I don't care if it's a burrito, a lean cuisine, whatever. It's less about what it is you're eating and more about you control it. Because let's say you get to lunch or lunchtime on Tuesday and you have no idea what you're going to eat. Well, you're probably going to order, something you probably shouldn't. And chances are you're going to get way more calories than you need, or you're going to snack more at your desk. You're going to go to that vending machine too many times. So even if it's a burrito that you have with you, you at least have a plan. So again, lose 30 pounds, turned into 30 pounds by the end of the year. We talked about for the first 6 weeks, we're going to maybe change how we sleep. Maybe we're going to specifically plan on certain meals throughout the week that we're going to do because that's going to help us lose weight. And then the exercise. Most people, again, working at a gym for 10 years, I know this. Most people, they start those first 3 weeks so hard. They're going to do 6 workouts a week, an hour to 2 hours a day, because they think somehow they're going to lose all this weight that they gained in the last year or two in a matter of a few weeks. But what that actually does is it makes you really excited, really enthusiastic. I'm going to lose this weight so fast. It kind of starts to come off fast, but not as fast as you'd like it. And you're going to be so burnt out, so tired by that third week. And, Monday rolls around, that third week, you're like, I don't really want to go to the gym. I'm not really losing weight all that much. I'll get there tomorrow. Then, you skip Monday. Well, maybe the next week you skip 2 days, then 3 days. And again, by Valentine's Day, you've completely given up. So again, slow is the way to go. If you've already changed your mindset of, I'm going to make dinner Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, you know what fits in perfectly? Monday, Thursday workout. I'm going to go to the gym after work Monday, Thursday, and exercise for 20 minutes. Now, you could really break that down and say, maybe you hired a trainer, maybe you're getting one of my online programs, whatever, and you have a plan of like, on Monday, I know in those 20 minutes, this is what I'm going to do. That's great. That's a lot of extra stress, and that's why some people just hire a trainer. They take care of all that stuff for you. But as simple as Monday and Thursday, I'm going to do 20 minutes on the treadmill at the gym, that's going to get the ball rolling in the right direction. Now, Josh, I have kids and activities. It's basketball season, it's hockey season, it's whatever. I'm constantly running to and from wrestling practices, volleyball, whatever. Well, Monday you might be that mom, but you're the one walking in and around the high school, gymnasium, not the gymnasium, but maybe in the hallways, because you got to get your 20 minutes because you said you would. Right? On Tuesday, maybe you've planned, we have this game that we have to go to. Well, normally we would do Subway. So you know what? I'm going to make sure we have sandwiches prepared, because most of the time, if you don't have food with you when you go to those activities, what do? You go to the concession stand. You get the hot dog, you get the churro, the pretzel, the pizza, the whatever. And, this is dinner. I'm here to support my kid. Well, if you want to support your goal of being 30 pounds lighter at the end of the year, you can tell yourself, I'm always going to have every Sunday that I know my girls, my boys have a game or something like that. Every Sunday when I go grocery shopping, another thing that you can add to your habit list, I'm going to make sure I have stuff that I can make a sandwich. Because let's be honest, even if you make it the tastiest sandwich ever, it's going to be less calories than if you bought it somewhere else. It's going to be less calories most likely than if you bought the pizza, the hot dog, the whatever, the pop. I'm going to have, lemonades or waters or whatever ready so that I can just easily throw it into a bag. You don't even have to make the sandwich at home. You just bring the sandwich stuff with you in a cooler. You're ready. And you know what you could also do with that sandwich? It kind of sucks, but you could have a sandwich for lunch because maybe you were a little stressed because there was a game yesterday and you have another one today. But also in the evening, you'd have sandwiches again. Sucks because you're eating the same thing twice, but you've controlled for your goal. Now, we haven't even talked weekends, and that's something I would hold off on until, the 8th week, the 12th week, because as you see in this image that I keep flashing on the screen, I want you to chunk out your year. For the first 6 weeks, I'm going to commit to these 3 habits. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to make dinner, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm going to have a workout Monday, Thursday. Okay, great. You're going to make those happen for the next 6 weeks. Along that time, you're going to track your weight. You're going to see how much weight you've lost. Let's say you lose 8 pounds in 6 weeks. Doesn't have to be 10, but let's say it's 8. Great. Now in the next chunk, okay, I'm currently making dinner 3 times a week. I'm currently exercising twice a week, and I'm going to bed at a reasonable time. Well, what would be easier in my life to do? Most people are going to say it would be easier if I would just go and exercise one more time throughout the week. If that works for you, Saturday's the day. Do not try to exercise on your Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday just yet, because you got to think, if you go to the gym, you work out, even if it's for 20 minutes, there's extra time with driving to and from. You're going to get home at a later time. You're going to be a little more stressed. Chances are dinner, it's not going to happen. We want to keep dinners happening. But what you could do is for the next 10 weeks, I'm going to make sure my breakfasts are taken care of. Boom. That's a huge nutritional win for you. Is after those 6 weeks, now I'm going to add in the breakfast, because if you do it all at once, it can be so stressful trying to change your life all at once. Then you could say to yourself, okay, after dinner, especially, now we're talking February, March-ish, starting to warm up, maybe on Thursdays, or not Thursdays, maybe on Wednesdays, after dinner, you're going to go on a walk. Maybe after dinner, you're going to prep a little extra food for the next day. Maybe you're going to start making snacks for yourself. Little things like that. so many people change too many things at once, and that's why in, again, February, they aren't successful. So again, you've added a few habits. Now, maybe you get to May 1st, you're down 18 pounds. Well, I wanted to get down to 30 pounds by June 1st, but you know what? This isn't that hard for me. This is going really well. Okay, now what do we need to change? And trying to plan this out 6 months in advance is impossible, but these are just some ideas. Well, what else can I change that doesn't really change my life too much? Okay, maybe now you're committed to making those meals, and maybe you prep the food for Tuesday's meal on Monday. You already chopped the vegetables because you had a little extra time. You're still having, Domino's or whatever for Monday, but now maybe you're making better Domino's decisions. Maybe instead of Domino's, you're getting a take and bake. Maybe you're making those pizzas yourself, whatever. But maybe you're prepping some vegetables and stuff like that for Tuesday so that on Tuesday night you have a little extra time. Maybe that's when you add in a little bit of cardio. Maybe it's the perfect time for you to prep that fourth meal per week, right? Because just 2 or 3 dinners a week planned isn't going to be enough. Maybe after, May, you start thinking, okay, now I'm going to start trying to limit how much I'm drinking. Maybe you drink wine every single night. Maybe you have some fun with friends. And again, I'm not trying to eliminate that fun by any means, but a great way to limit how much alcohol is coming in, because that's going to make you gain weight. It's going to make you more hungry. You're going to care less when you have some alcohol in your system. Maybe instead of simply saying, I'm going to, pour a glass on a Monday and just drink it, whatever, maybe you set yourself a limit for the week. Typically, let's say you drink 2 bottles of wine a week. Maybe you set it to 1 bottle a week. And instead of having wine on Wednesdays, Thursdays, you're just gonna have wine on Monday and with the girls on Saturday. Or if you're a beer drinker, maybe throughout the week you drink 12 beers, maybe you're only gonna drink 8. Just slightly changing it, you can still have fun. Instead of having 4 beers with the guys, you only have 3 beers with the guys. You're still gonna feel like you get to socialize. You don't have to give any of that up, because what a lot of people, a lot of trainers will say is, oh, you need to stop drinking altogether. Yeah, sure, that's a great goal for a lot of people, but when you have dinner with friends, with family, with things like that, having wine with it, having beer with it, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's a ritual to it. There's a healing process. It can actually make you lose more weight having the alcohol because you're not stressed about it than freaking out that you had 1 glass of wine with Friday's dinner and now over the weekend you punish yourself. That's just never going to go anywhere. And at some point, whether it's May, June, July, whatever, you're going to reach that 30-pound weight loss goal, that first piece. But that's not what we're shooting for. We're shooting to end the year with being 30 pounds less. Now, that means certainly the sooner you lose it, the longer you're going to be in this maintenance phase. The longer it takes you to lose it, the less you get to be in this maintenance phase. And the maintenance phase is where you can have more fun. So as you see with this graph I keep throwing up, as you're trying to get closer to that 30 pounds lost, you have to change more things about your current life situation. We start slow, but at some point it's the most change. And that's what gets us that last, 5 to 10 pounds lost is, we do this drastic relative to where we started change overall. And that's what helps us lose those last few pounds. Then we need to have fun. So what we need to do is maybe instead of losing 30 pounds initially, you lose 33 pounds, and that's when you switch into maintenance phase, or 35 pounds, whatever. You're going to have to play with this. If, you've changed your life this much, well, when we go into maintenance phase, we want to take a step down in how anal we are with what's going on. Maybe we have a few more dinners out. Maybe we are only working out 2 days a week instead of 4 like you've been doing to get to this point, whatever. Small change down and see, can I maintain this? Now, let's say you go from working out 4 days a week to 3 days a week. You go from planning 5 meals a week down to 3 meals a week. And you go from having lost 33 pounds to have lost 28 pounds. And for 2 months, you're 28 pounds down. I can maintain this for the rest of my life. This is pretty cool. Or maybe you say to yourself, gosh, I'm so sick of X, Y, Z, whatever. I want to go out more, I want to whatever. And you're going to make one more adjustment. Boom, you're going to come down that scale just a little bit further. Now, you're there and maybe you are only down 24 pounds, 25 pounds, whatever. But you might say, wow, this is perfect. I can make some meals. I like working out. It's not very stressful. If I take 2, 3 days off from this, it's not that big of a deal. I still have my 25 pounds lost. Now we're in the process of figuring out, so was 30 pounds what I wanted to lose in the first place? Or was it I just wanted to look better and balance it out with my life? And that's probably where your goal is going to line up. It could certainly be that 30 pounds. But in September or October, you may be saying to yourself, the holidays are right around the corner. I want to enjoy myself, right? I want to have Thanksgiving meals and the 5 Christmases, I had 5, the 5 Christmases that you're going to experience because you have kids or family or whatever. And you know what? If I ended the year 25 pounds down, by February, I could be 30 pounds down and start the whole process over, maybe lose an additional 10, 15 pounds. But I now know how I can live. I can spend a small portion of my year trying to really hone in on a few extra pounds lost because I know I can step back and maintain that. And that's where the ultimate goal comes from. Nobody wants to lose 30 pounds once. In fact, if you were to track every pound gained and every pound lost throughout the next year, you might actually lose 45 pounds and gain 15 of those pounds back as you're trying to figure out, well, where am I comfortable? Because nobody can just say, 30 pounds lost, that's going to be where I'm going to be my most happy. Nobody can say that. Even if you say to yourself, well, I was really happy back in high school, before kids, before a job, before a mortgage, before friends, before going out, before age, before hormones, and before I found Netflix. Okay, yeah, okay. Or back when I was doing 3 sports a year. Do you really want to go back into dedication mode that much where you just work all day, you exercise at night and maybe even in the morning, kind of like you did in high school, and not see your kids, not see your friends, and work out extra on the weekends to simulate a tournament, and just so you can kind of sort of maybe look like you did in high school, and perhaps that was before you even became into your full adult body, and so again, nobody knows exactly 30 pounds is going to make me happy. No, what we have to do is lose some weight, maintain it, lose some weight, maintain it, and we figure out, yeah, I'm really good here. Yeah, it'd be cool if I'd lose 5 more pounds and, maybe in the future I can, but I'm really happy with losing 25. And again, that's where this maintenance phase is so important, is how much fun can I have and still keep the weight down. Now, as you're going through your maintenance phase, there's going to be times where you're like, oh, I really overdid it this week, and you have to kind of get back into some of your old habits because maybe you gained a little too much weight and whatever. But I don't want it to take away from your fun, especially in the summer. So many people think to themselves, I'm going to lose the weight by spring break, by July 1st, whatever. I'm going to look great, I'm going to be on the beach, and then I'm just not going to care and things like that. That's not where I want you to go. Even in the summer, when we have our most fun typically, I still want some commitment to at least your week, right? Monday through Friday, maybe you're going to the cabin on Friday, but you still have sandwiches packed, you have whatever, and over the weekend you screw around, you have some extra drinks, whatever, and you're having fun, and you do gain a little bit of weight. But if you just say come July 1st or June 1st, whatever, it's summer, I don't care anymore, then September you're going to be looking at, wow, I had lost 25 pounds. Now I'm only down 10 pounds. You might be fine with that. You might not be fine with that. And the last thing, again, we want is for the rest of your life, you're constantly chasing this, I need to lose weight, need to lose weight, need to lose weight, because you're thinking more now, less later. Lose it now, it's gone forever. No. Lose some, maintain. Lose some, maintain. Because the faster you're going to lose it, the easier it is to gain it back. And the less of a chance you actually feel, what is it like to be down 10 pounds for 4 weeks? And I will tell you, as you're losing more and more weight, you're going to have to wait longer and longer and longer before you try to lose 5 more pounds, before 5 more pounds, because as your metabolism ramps up and your weight comes down and you're gaining some muscle, your hunger is going to go up. You're going to be tempted to eat more, and you're going to probably need to eat more. In fact, there's going to come a time where you can eat whatever you want again because your metabolism will be so good. But it's not going to happen in just 6 weeks. So there you have it, guys. A step-by-step, a chunk at a time. It's theoretical, I understand that. If you guys need help, please comment down below this video. If you go over to our Facebook group, and I'll link that in the description below, it's a little bit less public. It's more people in the community trying to really achieve what you want to achieve is lose that weight, gain that muscle, whatever it is, and we can all work together. And again, that's over on the Facebook page. If you guys got something from this video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be coming out with more and more content. And that's part of my goal this year, is more content for you so that you guys can have the best 2025, so that you're not constantly chasing whatever goal it is that you have. And again, if you got something from this video, please share it with one of your relatives, share it with a friend, because you know everybody is thinking, I want to make a change. I want to make 2025 the best year yet. But most people have no idea how to actually get the ball rolling. So again, if you need help, leave a comment down below. Go over to the Facebook group, leave a comment there. We're there to help you.